God bless and great day, everybody. Thank you, Father God. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for another blessed day. Y'all already know it's KingT420SCC back with another smoking reaction. So in this video, gang, I decided to call this video The Decisions Women Make. And, it's going to be a little bit more than about just decisions, but mainly the decisions that women make. So without further ado, without taking too long, let's jump right off into the video, see what we got. You cannot build a future with an imagined version of someone. Oh, let's get into this. What was wrong with him? You said he was perfect. Oh, wow. Let's go.
Ended my relationship because I realized that he was not going to propose by my deadline. I've been putting off making this video, but I keep getting questions, so let's just get this out of the way.
So we're gonna start right here. Women decided they can put a deadline on getting proposed to. You know that ain't your department, right? You know you don't decide when somebody gonna propose to you, right? When somebody want to get the ring and when somebody feel like you the one that they supposed to marry. You don't make that decision. But anyway, what made her think she could rush a man into marrying her? Slow down. Be cool.
After being single for 8 years, I finally found somebody that I thought I wanted to start a life with. When I met him, I was completely over dating. I did not think that there was a future for me with a man anymore. He came into my life and changed all of that.
So she met a man that came into her life and changed the fact that she hadn't been dating for 8 years, but he made her want to date again. She started dating him. And okay. All right, let's go with that.
So happy in the beginning of the relationship that I actually could not talk about him without crying tears of joy. By month 3, I was making appointments with jewelers to figure out what I wanted in terms of an engagement ring. I know that
after 3 months of dating somebody, you decided to start making an appointment with jewelers? You're a very interesting young lady. Were you head over heels in love? I got a better question. Was he head over heels in love? An even better question, was he ready to be married? Or were you rushing the process with your decisions? Let's continue.
I'm hard to surprise, so I wanted to be able to just give him a PDF of what I wanted and then just go let him plan the engagement whenever he was ready, and I would just say yes. The only reservation that I had was around his career. He worked in an industry that was on my do not date list due to instability, but he seemed like he had a handle on everything, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna give myself 1 year to see what the reality of his life is and what a life would look like with him.
So let me say this. I'm trying to stop pausing it, but she said the man came into her life and made her start dating again after she hadn't dated for 8 years. Then she turned around and said he made her so happy almost every time she talked about him, she cried tears of joy. Then she told us that she went to a jeweler after 3 months and started looking for engagement rings. Again, young lady, you don't rush God's plan. It's not your plan. It's not just because you feel like you're ready. And apparently, just looking at what I've seen in this video, you're not. So we shall continue.
By the end of this year, I expect that I should be ready to say yes to a proposal, and I expect that he has proposed. Now, he knew
This is so sad. This is very sad to watch. We just gonna let her keep going.
before I did that I was somebody that he wanted to build a life with. He knew this early on into the relationship. So for both of us, it was now no longer a matter of interpersonal connection that we.
So if he knew on early in the relationship that you were someone that he wanted to build a life with, why are there so many hangups about when y'all was gonna get married? As long as you know that you're the person that he wants to marry, that he foresees a foreseeable future with, what was your problem? Let's continue.
needed to figure out, but logistical. Up until this point, we have lived our lives in very different ways. We have prepared for our future in very different ways, and we had very different expectations as to how we would track towards that future and what that would look like. As time went on, I started to realize that our differences in lifestyles and life philosophies were just too different to be reconciled.
Basically, she realized that he was not in a hurry. He was taking it slow and steady, but she was in a rush to complete the process, like she was in charge. Decisions.
Reconciled anytime soon. I realized that there was nothing that he could do that would make me feel comfortable saying yes to marriage with him.
Man, y'all, this is the same man that she said made her so ecstatically happy that whenever she spoke of him, she had to cry tears of joy. I just want y'all to understand, women don't know what they want. They just talk. They see one thing in their head and they be like, oh, I want that. Then they see another thing in their head and they be like, oh, I want that too. Then they see another thing and they want that, and they see another thing and they want that as well. Jesus Christ.
Within the year. And I realized that he was also not going to be in a place where he felt comfortable proposing within the year for the same reason. So,
first of all, young lady, I'm not going to say there's nothing wrong with you being in a hurry to get married. But what I am going to say is when you dating somebody, you have to make sure they're in the same rush that you're in, because it seems like you're in a rush. What you're scared of or whatever is beyond me, but it sounds like you had a good man that probably would have married you, but you probably had a few things to work on, like your impatience and the fact that you probably were trying to tell him what to do, and that probably wasn't working well for him. I'm just saying.
So I made the very difficult decision to end the relationship. At this age, I do not believe in sitting in a relationship that is going nowhere. While wishing, waiting, and hoping for things to change.
In this same relationship that she said is going nowhere, this guy who made her start dating after she had went 8 years without dating made her extremely ecstatically happy, so happy that she had to cry tears of joy whenever she talked about him. But the relationship was going nowhere. I think it's your mindset that you need to change.
So that they can go somewhere. Because the reality of the situation is if someone has lived their entire life with a certain belief or exhibiting certain behaviors, it's going to take a long time for that to change. Some people may be able to show progress faster than others. That might allow you to stay in a relationship. But if you are not seeing those changes quick enough to meet your needs, what you are actually doing is you are building a relationship with a future version of them that you hope will exist at some point in time.
The main point of being in a relationship that leads to marriage is two people help each other build and grow together. That is the point. You are no longer a solo entity. You are now two people as one. You help each other build and grow together. Jesus Christ.
You are not actually invested in the relationship that you have with the person in front of you. And it is not fair to you to waste years or months of your life waiting, hoping, and wishing for them to evolve into the person you hope for them to be. And it is not fair for them to be in a relationship with somebody who does not want the version of them that is right in front of them. People can grow and people can change, but you are building a relationship with the person that's in front of you. And if you are only in the relationship because you know or you hope that they can become what you need them to be, you shouldn't be in that relationship. I saw someone else frame this really eloquently. They said one of the questions that you should ask yourself to determine if you are in the right relationship for you is if you met this person today, knowing everything that you know about them right now, would you be in a relationship with them? If the answer is no, you should not waste any more time with them. It does not matter how much you love each other. It does not matter how happy you make each other.
So you telling me that if you're in a relationship and you're happy with the person that you're with, and you both make each other happy, and together you're happy, that doesn't matter, because you wouldn't see yourself with that person, even though you're with that person. You don't even make sense to yourself, lady. You listen. If you don't know how to build with someone, just say that. If you are awkward in relationships, just say that, because you sound like a weirdo trying to rush a man to marry you. You sound like a stalker. It's only been 3 months and I'm already talking to jewelers. You sound like you don't have no scruples up there. After I came to the realization that he wasn't going to be ready to marry me in a year, I decided it was time to leave the guy who made me so happy. I had tears of joy whenever I talked about, you need help. Go get help. Seek help. Therapy. Please.
If you are not accepting of everything that they are right now, and if you are not tracking towards a similar future or a shared vision of your future, you should not be together. And unfortunately, that was my case. I personally would rather end a relationship on good terms where we can both look back on it with loving eyes and happy memories than to drag it through the mud until we hate each other 2 years down the line for wasting each other's time. So for the first time ever, I can say that I'm actually leaving a relationship feeling like a better person than I was when I went into it, and feeling extremely, extremely grateful for the experience and for the love that we shared. But unfortunately, it was just not our time.
Unfortunately, you shouldn't feel extremely happy, because you're a piece of crap. You are a piece of trash who left a good man because your feelings led you to believe that he wasn't your man, because he wasn't going to be ready to marry you in a year, maybe because he had just met you, maybe because he was building up and saving, maybe because it was all a part of the plan to meet a woman, build, get to know, grow with her, and then maybe marry her like 2 years down the road. But with you being in a rush and you making all the decisions, now you're single. I hope the lady that gave you that advice, I hope she isn't single as well, because that would be really sad. And if it was a man that gave you that advice, he just wanted your panties. I hope you didn't give them to him. And you know what? I hope the guy that you was talking to don't ever talk to you again, ever. I really do. I hope he's moved on with his life and he's found something and someone better to deal with. Yeah, I said it, because she was a piece of crap. Y'all heard that shit. She had a good man and she left him because she was in a hurry. Not because he wasn't a good man. She left him because she was in a rush.
And ladies,
not because he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do as a man. She left the man because she was impatient and wanted to be married so bad that if he doesn't marry me in a year, I'm going to leave him. Well, guess what? Now you're single all over again. You piece of crap, trash woman. All right, we're going to jump off into this one. Let's see what we got. Ladies, a man will always remember the words you said to him and how it made him feel when you disrespected him. Yes, we will. Continue.
Ladies, a man will always remember the words you said when you disrespected him and how it made him feel. Please learn to watch what you say during arguments, because number one, it's not ladylike. And number two, they will never forget it, and they will never come to you again and be vulnerable. Because you brought up things that they may have went through at a point in time that they thought that they could talk to you about. Or you're just simply being disrespectful, being loud, belligerent, and talking to them crazy as if they don't have feelings. That hurts. And just like we have feelings, they have feelings too. And they may not show that they're hurt like we do. But once he stops talking to you and starts distancing himself from you, you know why. And society already likes to hold men up to this standard that they can't be emotional and express themselves. But they're actually probably more emotional than we are. They just hold it in. So watch what y'all say during arguments, because it's going to be real hard to get that man to trust you again or probably even love you the same, because it's never that serious. Do not bring up past traumas or things they may have struggled with, because you're going to only be pushing them farther away from you.
Decisions, ladies. So some of the decisions that you all make in the midst of an argument with a man, some of the words that you choose to say, some of the actions that you choose to take, a man never forgets them. They scar a man. Because when we choose to trust you, we've already chosen to trust you. It's not too many others that we trust. And once we gave you our trust,
so many
we
women
don't want
out
you
here.
to break that trust. You understand? And a lot of y'all break that trust without a blink of an eye, without a second breath, without even a second thought. Anyway, moving right along. Decisions.
So many women out here who run their man away because all they do is accuse their man. They tell their man what their man want. You don't want me. You don't want to be with me. You want this, but the man is spending all his money on you. He's spending all his free time with you. He paying all your bills, right? He coming home every night. This man is faithful to you. He ain't out in the streets late at night spending time with more of his friends. No, his man is committed to you. He don't want you when you keep doing that. He builds up something in him that says, man, I'm tired of being accused. It's like a stinging in his soul.
It is like a stinging in his soul to constantly be accused of bullshit that he's not doing because you are insecure as a woman and know that you on some fraudulent bullshit. Decisions, ladies. The decisions that women make. Shit is crazy. Let's move forward. We got a few more videos. They're not really long. A lot of them not really long anymore.
Mary, what you thinking about, bro?
But some of them are long enough.
Mary.
All right, let's jump off into this one.
What you thinking about, bro?
I seen this video. This girl said she had the perfect boyfriend who treated her perfectly. But she said she couldn't love him and that he just wasn't the one, so she broke up with him. Let's talk about it. We accept the love we think we deserve. So that means you knew he would love you beautifully, and you couldn't accept that because deep down you know you're a piece of shit and you're a bad person.
Well, that kind of goes back with the video that I said the lady was a piece of shit for leaving the good man who did nothing wrong but be a good man. Y'all women really can be pieces of shit, and y'all just don't know it. And that's a piece of shit move to leave a good man just because he didn't marry you within a year of y'all meeting. That was a piece of shit move, and you a piece of shit for that. Moving right along. Yeah, I ain't gonna take too much of y'all time. I told y'all. We gonna fly through these. Alright, let's get to it.
Women in general become a victim in relationships. I've been in relationships where I was a victim every single time there was something wrong with a man. A man could say one thing and I'm like, well, you did. Remember when you 6 months ago said da 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 da? And that's how I used to be programmed to be. It is so important as a woman, if you want to have a sustainable relationship with a man, to regard his feelings. We disregard men's feelings so much, and it's so foul to a man because he no longer can express himself. He can't tell you how he's feeling. He cannot literally be in a relationship where he can actually approach you and say, yo, this happened. I feel this type of way, because the first thing we're going to do is be like, well, what did you do last week? Did you take your shoe? Did you da 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 da? And we do not apologize.
Well, maybe women need to take some accountability for the fact that when a man is going through something or he brings something up to them, every time he does that, instead of her just listening, getting an understanding and saying, okay, baby, well, I can work on that and let's see what we can do about that, she rebuttals with, well, you did this and you did that and you did this and why? Sad, sad, sad thing, ladies. I have to start acknowledging the fact that y'all men are telling y'all that there's a problem if you don't want to lead, if you don't want him to leave. If you don't want to lose your man because he's telling you that there's a problem, then be a woman and fix the problem.
I'm gonna be a pick me right now because
like a lot of y'all don't want to be woman enough to fix the problem. Decisions. The decisions that y'all make, ladies. That's all that matters. It's the decisions that y'all make. I'm telling y'all. All right, let's get to it.
I'm gonna be a pick me right now because we be knowing when our niggas unhappy, we just don't care, and that's the problem. I care.
I wholeheartedly agree. Y'all know, and y'all just don't give a shit.
But y'all don't care, and that's the problem. Cause it's not fair. Cause we be knowing. Y'all energy change, y'all mood change, y'all vibe is different when y'all are unhappy. Y'all are I can tell when a man is depressed. I can tell when a man is depressed. I can tell when a man's unhappy with work, all of that stuff. I can tell. So if I could tell, y'all could tell, and y'all are selfish. So yeah.
What she said, y'all can tell. And that just means that y'all choose to make the decision to not talk to him and figure out what's going on. Y'all choose to make the decision to not even care, and whatever happens, happens. That means y'all choose to make the decision to say, fuck it. If he leave, that's all right, because I've been fucking this dude over here anyway. That means y'all choose to make the decision. I know he a good man, but I'm not going to fight to keep him, because who is he? You just said he was a good man, right? That's your problem. And there goes your problem. But whatever, gang. I'm not going to be the one to tell y'all. Let's get to it. I'm going to just show y'all. I'm going to just keep showing y'all. Because if I tell y'all, y'all ain't going to listen. So I'm going to just keep showing y'all with the videos. Y'all can gain the same knowledge that all these women gain, because they going to give it to y'all. I ain't got to give it to you, even though I do. Give y'all all the same knowledge, and y'all just choose not to listen sometimes. Some of y'all listen, but some of y'all don't. So, I had a good man, but I messed it up with my attitude. Oh, shit. Let's take this one in for sure, gang. Let's go.
I'm only mad because I think I want him because he don't want me now. And I'm mad because I'm a fucking weirdo and my brain, it just works the wrong way. Like, why the fuck couldn't I appreciate that man when he wanted me? And he don't want me. And I'm sick. Stomach hurt. Ugh. Head hurt. Ugh. Wanna punch the boom. You know? But who the fuck am I? You know? Whew. Stomach hurt.
So why didn't she treat that man better when she had him? Decisions. The decisions that women make. And that video was to show you women that you don't have to go through this. You can make better decisions before your man leave. You can make better decisions before you get with the man so he doesn't choose to leave you because you were making bad decisions. It's things like that. And I'm just trying to show you your attitude. If you keep that in check, he probably won't leave. You being feminine, beautiful, inspirational, submissive, and supportive, he probably won't leave. But if you are not those things and you don't keep your attitude in check, then he'll probably leave. I'm just being honest with you. I don't want to hurt no feelings. I'm just telling y'all the truth. I'm just giving y'all some truth.
I think I have
giving y'all a little bit of truth. Right? Don't be mad at me. Y'all should know these things already. Y'all should have been taught by a mother. She lost a good man because of her self-sabotaging ways. Let's listen.
I think I have just lost the one person that I prayed for, all because of my self-sabotaging tendencies. Because God forbid I actually accept good things that are happening to me, because I'm so used to it being a mess I'm so used to it being toxic. And here I am in the face of a non-toxic situation, in the face of a God-fearing man, in the face of a family man, an amazing person, and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that don't surprise me. A lot of y'all so used to toxicity and being in the toxic relationships, dealing with the toxic dudes, that once y'all meet a good dude, y'all don't know what y'all doing with him. And yeah, most of the time it be grounds for you to lose them, because instead of doing the right things to keep them, you do all the wrong things and you completely miss the shot.
I think I'm getting convinced.
Y'all completely dropped the ball. No touchdowns. Let's see what this lady has to say here. It says, I'm convinced some women don't like God. Ooh. Ooh, let's hear what she got to say.
I think I'm getting convinced that women don't like God. Because I'll be watching podcasts and just content on TikTok, Instagram. When y'all hear a man say they want a wife that is nice, that's kind, that's this, why do y'all be like, narcissist, misogyny, you want a slave? Why you want to be a devil?
She's silly for that.
Why you want to partner with demons so deeply? The traits that these men are asking for, I'm not talking about all, I'm talking about the ones that I've seen, are the traits you should have and be working on anyways as a daughter of God. So you telling me because a man is saying, I would like for my wife to submit, I would like my wife to be kind, I would like her to be nurturing, I want her to be flexible, I want her to be open. Do you read your word? I'm just saying, if you disagree with those traits, you probably want to walk away from God too.
So I didn't say it, she said it. And just on the flip side of that, that kind of hit really hard, because a lot of y'all don't realize that the few things that men are asking for are all godly properties. These are all things that God said women, these are the traits of a woman. This is how a woman carries herself. This is how she is as a woman. But y'all tend to act like y'all don't care no more nowadays. I don't know what's going on with you ladies. But anyway,
Shahrazad.
Y'all know we not going. Let's move right along. See what we got. Black women are the only race of women who don't protect their men. I'm gonna like this. Let's go with it.
Shahrazad Ali stated that
Sister Shahrazad Ali. Y'all know I love her. Let's go.
the reason why black men are perceived the way they're perceived or treated the way they're treated is because black women are the only race of women who literally will sit and talk about black men. You don't hear the Chinese women talking about Chinese men and the shit they do wrong. You don't hear Hispanic women talking about Hispanic men. You don't hear Arab women talking about Arab men. And you definitely really ever see white women talking about white men. All these other races of women will literally do anything they can to protect their race of men, except for black women. And I just don't fucking understand why. Black women grew up hating their black fathers, and that's the fucking reason why they hate black men.
That's an interesting outlook. Black women grew up hating their black fathers, and that's why they hate black men. Very interesting. But I still don't see the reason for the hate toward the same people that y'all want to protect y'all, provide for y'all, lead y'all, and so on and so forth. But let's continue.
I feel bad for you black women who are raising black sons. Shit, even black daughters, because y'all teaching them the wrong shit. Black women are our own enemy.
Well, decisions, black women. The decisions that women make. Black women, y'all choose not to defend the black man. Y'all choose not to take up for us. Y'all choose to sit around and talk about us like we dogs, and y'all don't see no other race of women doing that. Literally. Y'all are the only ones. I wonder why. Decisions, black
Can
women.
cheating be justified? No.
Decisions, black women. Y'all gonna have to start getting better. Y'all gonna have to do better because black men shouldn't have to deal with all this nonsense. Let's see what this says here. Okay. Whoa. Cheating ain't a mistake. It's a choice. Cheating is never justified. It's betrayal. It's disrespect. And it's a reflection of character. Don't let excuses disguise the truth. Let's hear this right here. Let's go with it. This one might be deep here.
Can cheating be justified?
No. Kitty, when we link cheating and you think about the realm of cheating, that's an act of betrayal. That's utter disrespect.
You tell them, Kitty. You tell them, Kitty. Cheating is not, no. You can, it's no looking over. There's no, no. Ain't no fucking mistakes. You did that shit on purpose. But let's rock.
Okay? It's immoral. No one can justify that behavior. I don't care if they say, well, I was drunk, or I was high, or I slipped up, or I messed up. You cannot justify, because if you're justifying something, that means that you're saying that this was morally correct. This was a just decision that I made. You're fighting to prove that what you did was correct, that it was fair. It's not. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna move this one just a tad bit. When someone does something to you, whether they overstep your boundaries, they disrespect you, they hurt you, they betray you, whatever it is, they cannot justify that behavior. Don't allow people to over-explain or justify or try to argue their point. When a person makes that decision, especially when it comes to cheating, I don't care what no one says, in the back of their mind, they know that it's wrong. They know that they're betraying someone. They're doing something behind someone's back. If you really think about it that way, can someone explain to you? Can they over-explain? Because that's what justifying basically is. Can they explain to you, a person who's hurting, you're broken, you've been betrayed, you've been disrespected. Somebody can stand in front of you and say, well, this is the reason why I did it. Is that really gonna matter? No. Don't let nobody justify their behavior.
So, decisions. Cheating cannot be excused as a mistake because you knew that you were going to hurt the person that you were cheating on if they ever found out. So that's why it cannot be excused as a mistake. Again, this was about the decisions that women make. Women choose to leave good men for no reasons. Women choose to cheat on good men for no reason. Women choose to break up with good men just because he's not ready to rush into marriage. Women, you should probably stop trying to control the relationship. As the person who is looking for a man to be a leader, you should probably let him lead. God bless. Great day. Smoke gang. We go.